I think I'm live. This morning's one went a little bit better than yesterday's. I kind of think I've figured it out now. So, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon. Um, I just need to find myself quickly. Let me see. Visal isn't here to help me today. She braved the weather to go out. So, I need to see how to find me live. So let's go to the home channel. Huh. I don't know how she did it yesterday. Sorry, good morning. I see someone there. Good afternoon. Amen. Sorry, just give me a second. I just want to get, I would like to see the comments because I don't have any help today. There we go. Okay, I found it. Click. Hi, Sharon. Okay, found it. It says successfully connected. And the comments are coming up. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I have to tell you guys that this is going to be like a slow-paced thing, simply because we are going. I have not prepared anything, so we're gonna go through the process of creating the pattern paper the way I would do it, as I literally do it when I sit with my own projects at home. I'm hoping that this session will give you a little bit of insight as to how I think. I'm not saying my way is the right way. There is no right and wrong when it comes to creativity, but I can certainly just try to give you ideas of how I think, how I do things, and hopefully it will make things a little bit uh, clearer for you if you're not sure how to go about matching your pattern papers, etc. I can share how I do that. So let me flip my camera so we can get started. I don't want to have a lot of faffing today. There is going to be a wobble, so I apologize in advance. Okay. So flip the camera, flip. There we go. And I need to just lower this thing. I only have one hand. Right. Right. I'm waiting for my feet to catch up so I can see how I need to adjust this thing. Hopefully. And my phone is on charge. I forgot to charge it last night, so the cable was hanging there. Sorry. Let me see if I can tuck it away. Right. Got that. Maybe I'll just bring this a bit forward. Hold on. Not that one. I've got this fancy thing that I brought in from the States, and it really is cool, but every time I go live I need to just change I just need to adjust everything so that my desk is perfectly clear. Whew, lots of wobble there. I apologize. Are we good? Are you seeing too much of that side of the desk? Let's do this. Right. I think that's it. Okay, so let me go back to my cover. If you didn't watch the first part, this is part 2 of the 2024 South African National Scrapbook Day project, class number 5. That's my session. And if you haven't checked out any of the other classes, there's a class. It might not necessarily be a live class. It will be class notes. It will be maybe just some instructions. But every single day for the month of July, there will be something loaded on that page on Facebook. So it starts with 2024 South African National Scrapbook Day. If I can ask anybody that's on at the moment, if you are a member of the group, I forgot to post on the group that I'm going live now. So if you can just share at the bottom of your screen, there should be a share little arrow. If you can share it on that Facebook page, that will be awesome, so that anybody else who started watching yesterday can carry on with us. So I'm using the Stamperia paper, the Blue Land collection, and I'm going to apologize for the lighting here today. It is, if you are in Cape Town, you will know what the weather's like. There's thunder and lightning, and my additional light that I usually use is a solar light for load shedding, and with no sun, so there's no solar today. So I'm just stuck with my two. I'm going to try and adjust it, and hopefully we get the maximum use out of my two side lamps and my main light. But other than that, if there is a shadow on the desk, I am so sorry. There's nothing much I can do about it at this stage. So sorry about that. But I'm looking at it on a screen at the moment, and it seems to be fine. So what we did yesterday was I started my cover, and I chose paper from the Blue Land collection. And today we're going to continue along that route, where we're just going to fill in the missing pieces. I do have my full, this is what we also did yesterday, my full 12 by 12 page, including a little strip for the center point there. So if you missed that, you should just review. I know that first video is very long, but there is no quick way to make an album, unfortunately. So if you find the 3 hours to be too long, either pause it or fast forward. If you are capable and you are more advanced, just fast forward. You do not need to watch every second of it. So let's get started with our pattern paper, because I've already done my waterfall. I showed you guys yesterday how to do that. I just need to adjust it, and I'm not going to glue anything down online. What I'm going to show you is how I'm going to match up the papers, and then I will do that at my leisure, and then post. Maybe what I should do is just do a walkthrough of the album as a last video in the series, so you can see how it turned out. Okay, so I've got my cover. The next thing I'm going to do is look at the opening page, because this page, as I intended, was going to be a plain sheet. Now, let's move the album to one side so we can open up the paper. This is the difficult part for me out of any album that I make, is deciding which paper to cut up, when, where, how, because every single page looks gorgeous, and I have this the anxiety, I think I'll call it anxiety, of cutting into it and then realizing afterwards, oh my gosh, I made a mistake. I should not have done that. And so I felt that, especially so when I was on Stamperia's design team, even with Celebrate as well, you're so scared because the collection has not launched yet. You only have what you have in hand, and if you mess it up, you feel like, oh my gosh, am I actually going to be able to reuse this? So we all have those fears, but if you purchase the paper, you're gonna have to use it at some point. So these are my leftovers from yesterday, and I love those sides. So I just want to see if there's anything here that I can use on my opening page. Now, some of Stamperia paper packs have embellishments and cutouts on the cover, the front and the back cover. This one doesn't have that. So on my first page, I was hoping to have something with a little bit of embellishment that I could cut into, and I love that piece there, but my window is over here and I really don't want to lose the window, so I'm not going to look at that as an option. Let's see if this one will work. This can possibly work. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down in half, and I'm going to be cutting off screen today. I put out a small table, so just to let you know, I'm going to cut this down on the 6-inch mark. So it's going to be cut around about here, but I'm also going to cut away this piece here, because I would like the wheel to fit onto that sheet, onto the 6 by 6 page, and hopefully I can cut into the wheel and add additional photo flaps or something inside there. That is my train of thought at the moment. If I change it, I change it. It's, you know, nothing is set in stone. So let me just cut quickly and I'll be back. Okay, just going to clear this off out of the way so you don't see this in the background and you see the pages that I actually cut. So that's the one side, this is the other side, and that's the top. Right, why did I cut it so? I wanted the butterflies, and I'm thinking if I don't use this in my album, I could possibly use it on a card at a later stage. But I wanted the butterflies there, so I'm going to gently trim this at the bottom and see how much I need to take off to fit on my card, on my page. I keep saying card. So my page is, that's 6 by 6. So I want about a 5 7/8, which means I'm going to lose some of that, but I want the butterfly. So I'm going to cut that down, and we're going to lose a little piece of that, but I'm okay with that. Maybe I'll just trim it down round about here. You can't have everything. Okay, so that trimmer doesn't have the measurements, so I'm going to have to manually mark it. 5 7/8. And then this way. Okay, hopefully I can see the mark. 5 7/8. Okay, let's see. I need my white paper again, so you guys can see what I'm doing. Right, so that fits quite nicely on that sheet. I've got my butterflies, and I've got I did cut off the bottom there, but I'm not losing too much of the detail. The flowers are still beautiful. If you wanted to, you could take the time. Now these are options to cut into here. So you can create a tuck spot there. You can cut into there. You can create a tuck spot there. Now with tuck spots, I always reinforce my back of my paper with tuck spots, because even though Stamperia paper is a very good quality, it's 190 grams, but with continuously, hi Ranel, good afternoon, with continuously putting in slotting a photo mat in and out of a tuck spot every single time, you are going to wear out these pages. And not everybody looks through an album as carefully as we do, because we know we created these beautiful things and we are super careful. But sometimes I cringe when I watch other people look at my things. So rather reinforce those areas so that if you do have an issue, it's not a problem. Now, I had a question yesterday from one of my clients. She purchased the this pen from us, and it is Stamperia's ceramic pen. So she said, is there a video online? I did use it on one of my previous videos where I showed you how I cut with it. It's awesome. I really love it. So let me just show you guys how it works. Now this pen has got a cutting tip. Let me see if I can bring it up. It's really hard to see, so focus. Is it focusing? No. Sorry, it does, somehow it doesn't want to focus. Maybe I must keep it here longer. Okay, you can see there is, sorry, I'm trying to find the right position here. There is a cutting point on this, and what I do is, I'm giving up on getting this thing to focus, sorry. What I normally do is, because there is a learning curve, I usually just work on a scratch piece. So I know I've found the right cutting point for my ceramic pen. And basically it is as simple as just, see, now I lost the point. Come on, there we go. It is as simple as just dragging that across your project. Now they use this, I lost it again. They use, there we go. They use this pen on the in the washi pads. So if you have purchased any of the washi pads and you're wondering how they use the pen to cut, it's so typical. I do this all the time, and now on a live it just doesn't want to work. There we go. That is how these lives work. They're here to humiliate me. I am applying some pressure to the pen, but as you can see there, it has cut through. My lighting is so bad today. This house is so dark. You would never say we have windows. I haven't set foot outside. I do not know what the weather is like outside. I just heard the thunder and the lightning, and I thought to myself, there's no ways I'm stepping out of the house today. I'm actually feeling sorry for all those delivery guys, because a lot of people are just going to order in today and they're going to have to brave this weather. Here we go. So because I think because this is shaped like a pen, you actually have a little bit, a little bit more control over where this cuts. So now that we've cut through that area, I just want to check how much of space I have. Let's use my scissors to check where I've cut. Right, I don't think that's actually enough to do a tuck spot, so I'm going to cut a little bit more. Now, when I look at paper, I look at where I can possibly do a tuck spot. I'm not even going to cut into that leaf because it's so fine and delicate. See, we've cut there, we've cut there. So I'm going to create my own little So if you turn your project, it's a lot easier than if you try to turn your hand in that specific direction. Let's see. Okay, so it has cut through there. You see, not the most beautiful cuts, but that's why we ink edges, so we can camouflage all those flaws. And I'm using the Stamperia dye ink, the coffee. It's got a beautiful dark finish if you edge things with it. And I like that about it because it gives you that aged, that really aged, worn look. And so this is where the backing up comes in. So I am, and it doesn't really matter what color card you use, it is just a matter of sticking that down and then cutting it out. I'm going to show you a small piece of it. I'm not going to do the whole thing because then we're going to be here forever and a day. So I'm just going to add some glue, and I'm using the craft glue. The nice thing about the craft glue is that it does not wrinkle or warp your paper. And if you've got, that one is too small. If you have the tub, it comes in a tub as well. If you have the tub version of this, you can use a paintbrush to paint your edges. So now I've got that, and then basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut around it. So I'll show you a small piece, and then hello, I'll show you a small piece, and then I'll do the rest off screen because it will take some time, but it's worth. Can I work this light? Okay, it's worth taking the time to do it. So that, and then we're going to just ink up that, and I'll do the same on the other side. Okay, does that help? So we'll back both sides up. So when you create that tuck spot, I might even just trim this off. Let me do that, because I'm going to put stuff inside there. Okay, so when we have our tuck spot there, the photographs will be underneath. Okay, so that's one thing. Hopefully when I finish it, you'll be able to see how nice it's going to look. So we've got that piece on there. I'm just going to trim this off so I can put it into my album with my paper clip. Now remember, yesterday I said paper clips are my best friend. And the reason why I paper clip things is because sometimes I change my mind. I might think that this is going to work amazingly here, and then 2 minutes later I decide, oh no, that's not what I wanted. So let's look at the flip side of this page, because we can now check our offcuts to see what we can use as possible fillers. I'm trying to keep my desk clean for these things. So let's see, that can possibly work as a piece there, or even that side, but it's slightly too short, so let's hold off on that. And then if we look at this one, I like this one now because it's got the flowers here, and I can create that continuity with the little flower cluster. So what do you guys think of that? I think I'm going to go with that. Now, for me, the easiest way to measure all these things is with my pencil. So I don't ever use, with pattern paper, I never have measurements because I use the pencil method. I find it absolutely easy. I use my eyes mostly for markings, and so if I look at that, I'm going to have a small margin there, and then I just try to have a similar margin on the other side. Okay, so that I'm first going to cut the top piece because I want that floral piece at the top, and I'm going to cut across this way and then trim afterwards that way. So I'm just going to cut off screen quickly. Okay, so let's see how well I measured. Right, so we got that piece there. Here's a paper clip. Oh, it's so stupid. I should have done it on top there. Hold on. Let's see. All is not lost. Yes, why not? So let's start. Can you see how I changed my mind? I'm sorry. So I'm going to do that, guys. I'm going to do that first. And if this can fit in here, then that will make my knife super simple. Yes. So now, yeah, you see. Okay, let's give up on that. I'm going to have to use something completely opposite because I don't want to lose the bottom of the flower. Change my mind. Sorry. Right. Then we're going to go with this one. So this one is fairly easy to line up because it's got lines in it. So it's not that difficult to line it up. Just want to make sure that I got my borders nice. Let's put this in here so you can see. See, there's the edge of my pocket. So if I line it up, that looks fine. I'm going to go with a cut there. Let me cut that. I figured today it would be easier for me to cut off screen because it's such a mission to move this trimmer from one side to the other every time, up and down, and we're wasting so much time. And I think people will get bored if this thing runs for too long. Well, I like that. I really like that. So we've got that. And because this is from the same paper collection, it shouldn't matter how you mix and match the papers. They all should work beautifully together. I think that looks so nice. So we need a piece over there, and I'm going to hold off on putting something there because we're going to wait for offcut, right? Let's go. We got that done. This one here, I can find something in my offcut basket to put in there. So we can. That's the wrong side. We can go with one of these pieces. But I'm reluctant to cut it shorter, so let's put that to one side. I must have something smaller somewhere. Let's see. So we've got that piece. I've got this that I had from a leftover. Oh, that actually looks quite nice. Ooh, that looks nice. Decisions, decisions, decisions. So let's see. See, this is fairly light, and then that's also light, and I can make a tuck spot there if I wanted to. If I use this side, it's got some contrast. Okay, I'm gonna carry on to my next page. So here I said add something from extras. Okay, let's do this, because here I know I can probably cut out a whole sheet of paper, or I can try and match it up with something. So let's see. I might use this and that on the two sides, because this sheet, it doesn't matter whether you use it this way or that way. And if I use it like that, this is my train of thought, I've got the flowers on that side, and if I use it like this, I can use the flowers on that side. So that's possibly what I'm going to do there. And then let's find something for the center. So we've got some brown there, and you know what, I've got this page from the journal collection, which is it's a completely different collection, but I thought because there are lots of brown elements or like beigey elements in this page, in this paper, we could possibly match it up with something from here. Oh, I like that. I like that page. I might keep it for something else. That's the stingy in me not wanting to waste. Oh, it's so sad. So sad when you're stingy, guys. So sad. Now you see, I love this side of the paper, but now I look at this side and I'm thinking, like, but this makes such a cool... No, can't cut that one up. But I like all the browns and the blues in there. So let's see what else I've got here, man. I must find something. This takes the most of my time, actually trying to find a match. Ooh. That can work too. Not gonna think too much. Let's grab that one. Yep, I'm just gonna take this one. Right, the word treasure caught my eye, so we are going to go with this, and let's see if it matches. Not so 100% happy with that. But I can use this side at the top because it's got blues in there. And this is my life. This is the story of Shamela being indecisive. I'm going to go with this. Let's just go with this one. I'm going to stand because I need to see what I'm doing here. Okay, There's the page. Let's just be brave. Let's be brave. I don't want to cut into the happiness. Okay, I'm going to trim that down approximately here because I want the word happiness, and hopefully it will fit on here. It's going to go onto the bottom piece. Okay, let's measure and see where we're going to end up. So I'm first going to cut across there, and then I can see which part of the paper I want to use. Okay, so we got that cut. Ooh la. I think I like that side more. See, I always say I'm a backside of the girl paper. I think I'm going to use this side. Sorry, I changed my mind. I like that. Yep. That's what we're going to do. And I've got a little basket here with all my bits and pieces, okay? So I'm not just ditching it. I'm keeping them. Okay, so we got that. These notes can all go. And now we're going to create that continuation. This is where you need to think a little bit. So let's put that in place. I'm just going to place that there so you can see where the pocket ends. So in order for the pattern to continue, I want to show you. You see the pocket here. That's where the pocket ends. But if I cut this piece the same size, I'm going to miss out on some of the design. So first and foremost, I'm going to line that up. But I am going to have to trim a small piece off there so that we still have a border over here. I hope that makes sense to you. So let's see. I'm first going to measure my length. So there, I'm going to trim that off there. And now, once we've got that perfectly set in there, okay, I don't have to actually cut a lot off there. This one I'm going to make exactly the size of the pocket because we've already got a border here. So I'm happy with making this perfectly fitting on there. Okay, let's take this out. And so that is going to go on there, and the pattern is aligned. So we can clip that in. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to edge all my papers with my black ink or my coffee ink. So, and I don't really want to do that on screen. It's very boring for you guys to watch me do that stuff. So that's one of the reasons why I am purely showing you how I cut the paper and how I place them. So that goes on this side. Okay. And one of the reasons why I'm choosing these more backgroundy type of pages is so if you put a photograph on here, it is not covering a lot of the design. You know, we don't want to lose the design completely. So just to point out, my join is over there. Let's see. It's here. That's where the join is. So I need to, because I want the border, see, I want the border, I'm going to trim on the right side. It's just going to be round about there and round about there. And that goes there. If for any reason I find something else that works better for me over here as I page through my album, I will change my mind. But at the moment, I'm okay with that, because actually we can create a little pocket, a tiny little envelope there, put this in there, that can go in there. So there's lots of those kinds of things in this paper pack. So we shall see where we end up. Right, so now this one is going to close with a magnet. Now we need to concentrate on this page, because that's going to go like that. And over here, I might even just put a photograph. So if I've got, oh damn, I forgot to bring my paper with to cut mats with, man. Still sleeping. Oh, I think that's a photo mat side. Let me just check. So while you're busy with this, the ideal situation is for you to actually have your photographs. So yeah, we can have a really nice, what do you call this? A portrait photo that we can trim down. And so when this closes here, I can just add a strip of pattern paper. Does that make sense? So instead of filling up this whole page with your pattern paper, you're going to put the photo in there anyway. So why bother? So we've got the photo and we're going to put a strip of pattern paper there. Here comes your offcuts to the rescue. So let's see what I've got. And I am quite happy to paper piece, people. And when I say paper piece, this is what I mean. So I'm happy to do stuff like this. And as long as you have very pretty even borders, your eye doesn't mind it at all. So if I close this, you see, that's basically what you'll get. If I use something like this and we trim that off there and we close that, that is what you'll see. Or if I go this way and I close it, that is what you'll see. So my focus will be on what strip of paper is going to be most effective as a little strip here. I'm not going to make a hasty decision, but what I am going to do is I'm going to say photo here. This is a reminder for me to say I'm going to put a photo here. You can even mark off the markings. So if you've got a 4-inch photo, this is where your photograph is going to end. This is going to close. So basically you need a piece to fit in there. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And then we've got this side here. So if I decide I'm going to put a photograph there, we can do that. And then we basically need a strip there. Or if you decide you're going to do another portrait photo, which would make sense, because your eye is following portrait, portrait, then we can just have a strip over here. And these strips, what I would like to do then is make sure that they kind of line up and match with whatever's behind it. Okay, so we can say photo here. This way your pack of 10 papers is going to like be practically enough for an album. So you can choose, you're going to put your photo here, there, or you can put 2 smaller photographs here and a strip, or a photo there and a photo there and a block of your offcuts there. That's entirely up to you. I've got a little selfie printer, which is brilliant because now I can decide to print my photos to size, and Wissal downloaded this awesome app that gives you the ability to size your photographs really nicely to perfect precision, which is good. It's cool. I'm supposed to put a belly band in here somewhere, and I'm guessing I can do it here. So this came from an offcut. So what I can do is I can first put my pattern paper down and then my belly band. But let's see what else we got here. So this is page 6. It was our pull out sheet. And this is that little flap that goes this way. Now, ideally, we want matchy-matchy. So let's see what we've got. So I'm thinking if I do this, I'm going to get like a small strip that can possibly fit in there. And what will be left over? There'll be a small strip there. Let's see, I'm going first to my bits and pieces so that I know I'm not cutting into a full sheet all for nothing. So if we put that together, just want to see. What I like. On the other side. Oh, I'm reluctant to get rid of that lamp, so let me see my paper again. Got that. Ooh. Ooh. I wonder if one of these won't fit. Let's see. That is 5 1/8 by 3 3/4. No, it's too short. That would have been cool. That would have been cool. Let me see. Don't know why they do this to us, you know. Make it so difficult to choose. They make it so hard to choose. I'm not feeling very bad about cutting this sheet up because it's the cover. And I have already used these little strips, and I know Karen makes amazing tags and little bookmarks with these strips. So don't chuck your cover away, eh? I mean, you can still use those pieces. I'm actually liking that combination. Let me see if I flip this around. If I put that there and that there, I think I like that better. Okay, so I've made my decision. Oh, yeah, here we go again. Right, I'm going to do that. So let's see. This I'm going to cut over there, and where's my end? It's round about there. So I'm trimming. I'm taking the plunge. I am taking the plunge. So that is going to go there. What was this? Throw away. Throw away. I've got that. And then this one is going to go on the inside. Oh, but now I can use it this way because I like that bit there. So we are going to trim this one here. And that one there. And remember, all my offcuts are going into my basket. So when I get to the point of deciding for my paper piecing, for my photos, right, so I am going to place a photograph over here. It's going to be a cropped 6x4. And so once I put my photos, and I think I know which photographs I'm going to use. We took the grandchildren to the museum during the school holidays. So I'm going to print all my photos before I actually commit to sticking everything down and then put my paper piecing in. I will do a review, a final review of the video. So if I decide to put a photograph that way, then all I need is a little strip like this at the bottom. I always leave tiny little black borders around all my paper piecing. I'm going to see if I've got a sample to show you. Let's hope there's something in here. That there we go. That's one sample. So you see, this is where the photo is going to go. There's no paper underneath here, but I've got my little strip, and that was definitely an offcut, I promise. So over here as well, that was cut into the paper. This folds out, so we've got a side pocket there. I added a little die cut, just a plain black die cut with some of the ephemera from the paper, so that closes like that. And then when you open it, you see the pocket, and this ties with a little bow. There's another tuck spot there. You see, this was just a piece from the pattern paper, and it was snipped out here. So I just created a little angle, and I still used it. I didn't chuck it. Another very nice idea of a simple photo insert. We've got and I'm pretty sure I did this with my offcut, so you can see where the photographs are going to go. And so we've got One photo, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 photographs, and all that it does is it slides into the pocket like that. So on one page we've got 8, 9 pictures, and that is how you can actually make the most of your album and your pattern paper. And over here I didn't want to cover that, so I use little, like this came from Belinda's range, and I put the glossy accents. I over glossy accents it, so the paper became a little bit distorted. But those are your journaling spots. You can put a small picture there. You can put photos on the inside, but you can also have a photograph here, and you're not missing out on the paper because you can see part of the paper there. And these just tuck into that little spot there. So that is what I mean when I say paper piecing. I piece lots of the papers together. Because you're working with a single range, it's a lot easier to piece them together because they were kind of meant to go together. It's from the same paper range. So I want, let's go. So we're going to put a photo here, right? I'm just writing there for me. And then on this side, I want all that. Oh, and I want that knot of the, might not be able to see it at some point, but so let's mark where we're cutting. And as you can see, I love the pencil method. It makes my life so much easier. Instead of measuring with a ruler, there we go. Instead of measuring with a ruler, it makes it so much easier to get that exact measurement. Makes it a lot easier. So even over here, you can still put a photograph down. You're not missing out on a lot of the paper's detail. I'm coming back to my papers. Oh wow, look how nice this is. Sure, but I feel like I need to use that. How big is it? It's very big, but I can cut it down. That will be so cool on a pocket. Do I have another? Hey, here we go. Here we go. Now I'm ever so sorry I made that pocket so high. I think I'm cutting that out for the pocket. I love that. And for cutting out long things, I love this scissor. With the, I think it's the 9.5 inch one. Makes it so easy. And I'll still straighten it with my paper trimmer. So let me do that, and then we can decide what we're going to do there. Okay. I like the stamps. I like the tag. So I want a little bit of both. I want the best of both worlds. I think I'm going to cut it down like that. So let's trim there and about there. Okay. So we've got that, and I can find a contrasting strip to fit in there. Most definitely. It's not going to be too hard. Or I can just leave it completely blank. I'm happy with that. What I would like to do is to cut into there, and so I'm going to make a note for myself. I'm going to cut into that, so I've got another extra little tuck spot. So where's my little post-it note? I'll just make a note for me, because I promise you, when I'm busy, when I am busy, I want that to be the tuck spot. When I'm busy sticking down, I'm like a mad person. I just stick, and I completely forget what I wanted to do. So I'm just going to clip that together. I'm sorry if I'm missing the comments there, or if there's any questions. I find it very hard to concentrate on two places. So we need a little piece here, and I'm going to try and find something that matches that. That's too small. So remember, we are going to our bits and pieces first before we cut into anything. I think I like this over here actually. So we're going to go with that. So that's going there. Back to the paper. Now my brain is telling me there's lots of dark here. There's a little bit of the dark there. So I need something on the dark side over there. So let me see what else. It's only this that's kind of dark. So remember the windows here. And I don't want to lose that. So I'm going to try and cut on this side so I can get the best of this paper. So I'm going to cut it down to, I think that's going to be about 6 inches, because the cover is slightly bigger. Yes, so I'm going to cut it down to 6 inches, and I'm going to make it fit right on that tippy tip there, which is 3 1/8. So let's cut that down. 6. Still have my window. So this is what I've got. That's the piece I cut out at the top there. Yes. And now I'm thinking, if I put that down there, I can take a piece of that and put it over there. So let's see how much I need. Just take all this off. I want to keep that. Oh, Ooh, don't get distracted. So if I put that right on the edge of the pocket, which is over here, we still got our little margin there. And now I can check more or less what this gap is. It is 7/8 of an inch. So if I cut it on 3/4 inch, I should be good. Is the inches on here? Yes. So let's see. 3/4 inch. Let me just see if I can show you. So that's the 1 inch mark there, and that is the 3/4 inch. I hope I'm right. Let's see. Let's bring our album back. So that is my piece that fits on there. Let's secure it. This is the piece. Oh, it goes this way. Let's get the pattern right now, Shamela. It goes this way. And now we just need to trim that down, and I'm cutting it exactly the size of the pocket because we've already got a border there and a border there. So let's trim that down. I've had this little tiny print trimmer for so long and I didn't ever use it. But it's really handy for these small bits. For the small bits, because the bigger trimmers, you can't get the grip of these. You can't get a grip on the paper inside the big trimmer, so that just helps so much. Right. I think it didn't cut so nicely. So we got that. And these are paper piece. I actually like that. And I will probably go dark down here so that we've got a nice flow. Okay, I can't. There's no way to stick that on, so let me just put it in the same paper clip. Okay, so we got that. These little pieces I will leave for absolute last. That is my pocket. That's my waterfall. So I need something to go here. That could fit quite nicely because I can distress in there. And now look at this. Let me just show you. I hope I'm in shot. If I use this here, when this album lies open, you see that piece over there, which means this piece and this piece kind of attract each other, so they will work together. Does that make sense? And you can decide whether you want, I think I'm going to keep all that border because I could have cut it off down here and then have it like this. Then we've got more of this. But I'm thinking I like the idea of distressing into there. I'm going to cut there. Let me first cut that because I like the flowers, and then I'm going to trim off on the side. Okay, so I want to keep the little cluster of flowers on that side, which means I'm going to trim a piece off on this end here. So see, does that make sense? This and this goes together. So we can close that, and let's see where we're at now. I'm just going to do a quick page through so I know where I'm at with my paper. So I've got that. We're going to open it up, and we've got that. There's our tuck spot with the wheel, and just find those tags. So possibly, I didn't cut it completely yet, but this could possibly fit in there. I've got this. Now I need, remember this was our page that we created that had the full 12 by 12 landscape of images. But now when this is closed, we also want this to kind of flow with that. That's my window, so I'm so reluctant to cut it up. Nope, not doing that. So this game, oh, that's a brilliant distress. Oh, I like that idea of distressing that. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. So this can possibly work because it's got this similar light tones. But look what's on the other side. Do we want to cut that up? No. I actually think I like that. Because if you look at this here, we've got some of that same kind of, look there. Let's use the bottom piece. So this and that kind of mimics the same kind of theme, and so there, that's what I'm going to do. So I hope that this is giving you an idea how you can arrange your papers, because I think you can have the most amazing album with all these pop outs and things, but if you have not arranged your paper well, then the end project is not always going to look good. Where was my cut mark? Now I'm trying to figure out which, oh yeah, this was the piece I wanted. Okay. I cut a bit too much, did I? No, it's okay. So on a page like this, if you put a photograph on there, all good. It's all good. And then I'm actually thinking to use the other piece over here. I actually want something with flowers over there, so let's see what else I have. Something with flowers. We're running out of paper. Oh, this one. We're actually not running out of paper. I'm just being stingy, so stingy to cut up another sheet. Right. That can work over there perfectly. Because we've got the flowers, we've got the flowers. And we got the amazing spot there. Okay, we're trimming that down that way. And I'm not cutting up this. So, wow. So I'm actually going to cut that off first. This is such a beautiful page because it's got so much going on. It's got some of this, what you call this, corrugated board. It's got these designs. It's got postscript. It's got all different kinds of script, which is like my all-time favorite thing. It's got this at the bottom here. I'm not even worried about the bench, to be honest, because I like everything else. So I'm going to trim that down, but I'm going to cut that off there first because I love these frames and I know I can use it somewhere. So I got my frames cut off. Okay, and I've cut that away. And now we need to measure how much of this we need. So cutting that down. And so that is going to go there. And why did I choose that? Let's go through that again. I chose it because it's got the floral element and the floral element goes there. And I think it works. And then if we open it like that, we've got our full 12 by 12. Do you like that? I can't see any comments. There's nobody commenting. Is anybody even watching? Right, so we got that. We got that. I need a piece in there. Okay, so this goes this way. I'm actually thinking this very plain piece is going to look good here. Off-cut basket. Right. This is our off-cut basket. This is from the off-cut basket. So if I put this here, I don't know where this came from, to be honest, but it actually works in terms of, and I think it's a bit too much. I think it's too much. Let me see. I feel like I need something like more this kind of thing. That is way off. No. I might end up using this piece. I think I want that. Okay. I think I want that. So basically, I'm going to leave it as is, and I'm just going to trim it across this way. See, now I see this side and then I get excited. Might use that. Yes, I'm going to use it on the side. Let's just put it in there. I might change my mind when I'm assembling, so I'll leave it like that for the moment. We got that. That page is done. We're going to put a photograph there. We're going to have an off-cut there. We're going to put a photograph there. We're going to have an off-cut there. I want to put something over here. So seeing that I got this handy, let's do this. What other piece do I have? Oh no, I'm not cutting that up. So hard. Yeah, let's go with this. I'm going to go with that. That's the right way of the paper. I nearly cut it the wrong way. So top and, oh, the rain's coming. Top and bottom is fine. We just need to trim on the side. And the rain is falling. So what we're going to do is that, and then I'm going to put the belly band across like this, so we can slip something inside like that, maybe a photo mat or something. And so what can I cover the belly band with? That would be good. Let's see what else we have. Oh, that will be nice. That is fabulous. I love that. What do you guys think? So we're going to cut that down. Oh, I really like that piece of paper. And I'll flip it and then I see this. Oh man. But I think I like this better. No, me liking this one more. So that goes there. And that's going to go there. Right, photo here. I actually might, let's see. Because that's there. Yes. I might actually just put this. So photo here. And that goes there because it just, is it upside down? Yes, Shamela, it's upside down. There. Oh, cool. It's coming together. Yep. I like that. So we got a photograph there and we've got that there. This, we still have this page. So let's see. This is going to be like a full flap out there. But I would like to put some pattern paper here because we can put photos there. Oh, where do you come from? We can put photograph, and then fill in the missing pieces. But over here, it would be nice to have something so that these all run together. Maybe the bench can fit. No, it's too big. So I'm losing the bench because the bench is too big. That looks a bit boring. Oh, dying here because look at this, man. Do I have to cut this piece up? What do I like the least? I can't. No, too hard. It's too hard to do that. What else do we have left? We only have postcards. We have circles. Oh, we got that. That's the same like the other sheet. So how does this look here? Because I don't need that many circles. I can do with a few, but not a whole full sheet of it. Oh, that can work. Oh, let's go with the script side. What's behind here? I like that flower though. Here's more script. Another flower. Gee whiz, you guys are killing me. That's also quite nice because that goes with that over there. Let's do that. Just gonna bite the bullet and cut it. What am I cutting through? I'm cutting. So I trimmed the edge over here slightly because it had some of the glue residue, which I don't want. I'm going to cut that off. That goes there. And I need a little strip in there and something here. So let's find our bits. Oh, I really like this piece here and I really like that piece there. So I'm going to, let's open that up. I'm going to strip that, put it in there, and then the rest of it, I'm just going to layer there because how much space will we have? We'll have exactly 4 inches, so a cropped photo will fit perfectly in there. Good job. So if you are watching, did I go off? Shafiq, am I still on? What happened? Shafiq? Am I still live? Are we still on? People just send me because my screen just went blank. Oh, I think I'm still on. Am I? Can somebody just give me a thumbs up, or did my device just lose connection? I don't know. I'm lost. Okay, so we've got this. I'm hoping that you're still there and that I'm not speaking to myself. And that's going to go there. I have no one telling me if I'm still on. Okay. Can I just have a thumbs up or a comment, please? Okay, that's that. I need my photo mat again. Where is it? I have no clue if I'm still live. Can somebody just tell me? Please. Can you post me a comment? Here's my photo mat. So our cropped photo can go there. Or like that. We probably end up using more landscape than portrait photos. So feel like I'm... Oh, ek is nog baie dankie. Thank you guys. I was freaking out there for a second. I was having a tiny attack. Okay, so if I place my picture there, I've got two offcuts. I will put the darker one at the bottom and the lighter one on top, which means my photo can go there. So we'll have a photo there and a photo there. Photo, and we can do that. So that's how I paper piece. So these two pieces come off my offcut bin, as well as these two strips here. So just imagine photo, photo, we've got that. So I'm not cutting this down to size right now in case I want to change my mind, but I'll make a note there that I'm going to do a photo. And I'm going to push this down so that it doesn't get squished as I close this up. And then we need something here. So if there's a photograph here, we can put a photograph there, and we can have a strip over there. And I'm back in my offcut bin. So let's see. Something like that fits perfectly, but I'm looking at this piece. Yep. So I shall put that there. I'll just trim it down to size when the time comes. Oh, I might even use the whole one and then put two smaller photos there. So photo. So we've got that. We've got that. Strip there. Photo, photo. There. You can put photos on top here because you're not going to lose a lot of the beautiful paper. This comes open. We're going to put a full sheet of photo there. That flaps. Which way does this one go? Now we've got this sheet, and over here, because we've got lots going on there, I'm just going to make a simple, just add a simple piece here, because every page in my book doesn't have to be elaborate. How's this? No, this one works better. Oh man. Right, I think this side works. What's happening? This bench is messing with my life. Shall I just use the whole bench? Yeah, let's just cut the bench and see. So I like this dark edge here. But I'm thinking I can use that dark strip elsewhere. Come, Shamela, think. Okay, let's cut this down to size first and see. Okay, we've got that. Yeah, I'm just going to use the bench as is. Where's my page ending? So I've got that little piece left. I might end up just using that side. So I apologize up front, okay? I'll put it this way for the moment. But when I'm assembling the album, I see I still got some glue residue there. I'll have to try and get that off. when I'm busy with it, I may change my mind and feel like this is way too much script going on here. I need a change or whatever. So, and then we need something for our belly band. And I think that is the perfect piece. But let's first check our trash can. Nope. I think it's going to be this one. I'm just looking on my desk to see if I have any more offcuts lying around. Nope. Very little. Very little. I'm going to go with this side. I like that side. So we're cutting there. Cutting there. So I'm cutting this lengthwise first. I'll show you now. So I cut it lengthwise first so I don't lose the length of this. I can use it for something else. And that goes there. And then on top of this, we can add some other embellishments. Look, sometimes you don't find every single thing in the paper pack convenient for maybe little bits of embellishments and stuff. So if you have your own flowers and things, you can always add it. Nothing says you can't bring in anything else into a different paper range. So I think we're kind of done there. So I've got this thing that we did the other day, and it's supposed to fit in here with our photographs, and the photo is supposed to go there. You can put photographs there, but I'm going to put some pattern paper on there just because. Let me see what I've got here. Like something like that can work. I think I like the dark side better. It's more grungy. Okay, so we've got that. And I'm going to first place my pictures. I'm not sure what photo I'm going to use there. And then decide. So I'm not going to glue this down quite yet. It's very good to have your photographs handy first before you start cutting and layering your papers. It makes a world of difference. So that's going to go there. I had more. Okay, let's find it. So these were the two other inserts that I did, and this was just a plain and simple insert, but my idea was to add, let's see, just a strip at the bottom here and another strip on that side, so your photograph could go there. Ideally we want them matching, so maybe like that. What's this? I think something like that. So that's the one idea. I'll just close it up. And so you can put your photo on there as well. And I have your paper there. So let's just paper clip that all together. So these little bits and pieces have not been wasted. They're not going in the bin, people. They're not going in the bin. So over here as well, say we're putting a 2.5 by 2.5 photo down, that's where the photo is going to end. And so we can just put a strip of something in there just to create some interest. Let it run right across. What other strips do I have? So what I'm trying to say is it's vital that you have your photos. There, that fits perfectly in there. So now I can size my photographs according to the pattern paper or vice versa. And the same there. I can even put a pocket on the inside here. I made notes for myself. So I'm not going to mat all of these. I will try and finish them. And then when I do the final video review, I will explain to you guys how I did everything. Oh, we need a back cover, people. We need a back cover. So where? And a spine. How could I? Oh no, man. Right, let's see what we got here. Hey, that flower was so nice. That's too short. Normally I try to be simple with my back cover. I don't go way over the top because it is the back of the album. And then on the cover I try to add some embellishments and stuff. So let me trim that so you can see what the back is going to look like. So let me just lay this thing flat. It's so much easier to work with it flat. Oh, once again upside down, eh? Oh, good thing I noticed. So, oh, I think this just needs to be 6 by 6. Let's just do that. 6. Okay, so we got the back cover there. And now we need something really cutesy for the spine. What a pity that's too short. What a pity. Okay, let's find something. We can go with something simple and then add and then, sorry, my brain is just working overtime here. And then add some texture with embellishments and stuff. But hang on. That could be quite nice. Those are too short. I'm just looking back at the paper quickly. I don't use that. I don't use that. I'm so stingy with what I've got left over here. I may want to use some of these for the front of my cover, so I'm not going to cut that up. And I've got these two left, but I don't want it to be the same like that, so that's not an option. I do have this strip, but hello, I want to use the butterflies for something else, so that's not an option. And then I have the window left, which I also thought of using on the cover, so that's not an option. Unless, let's see, nope, that's not going to work. We could paper piece that. Oh, hello, one moment. I could just do a black strip and then just introduce that as a top. What do you guys think? I'm going to do that because I really don't want to cut up any more paper. So let me do that. looking for a long enough piece. Here we go. So this must be 6 by 2 and a quarter. Let me just cut that down. 6 and the spine is 2.5. So I'm cutting it. Okay. So we can do that like that. Yep. I'm doing that. And for that, I'm going to use double-sided tape, simply because I don't want the paper to buckle afterwards, because that does happen if you're just using glue. If you watch the intro to yesterday, you will see I explained why. So just place this right on the edge so there's minimal cutting. That you can keep for something else. I'm going to put it back on my roll. And then we need our long scissors. Or you can, if you do this with a knife, it would be better. And you can cut it down precisely. Or you can first put your tape on, which I should have done, I'm a dummy, and then cut it. It would have been easier. But tape overhang is not your friend, so we need to get rid of all that little bits. Otherwise, when your album is done, what happens is all the bits of pet hair, dust, everything goes and sits on that adhesive, and it just makes your project look untidy. So we need to get rid of all the tape overhang. And that is why when I make my albums, I have my tape specifically cut to sizes for me, so that I have no tape overhang, but I still have full adhesive coverage. I hope that makes some sense to everybody. Let's see. Still got a bit here. Where's my scissors? I'm just looking in the light, guys. Sorry. Going slightly off screen. Burnish this. Where's my bone folder? So this is very important. Double-sided tape requires burnishing. And of course, if you can't stick straight, if you're anything like me and you cannot stick straight to save your life, you can add some liquid adhesive. Or place it first and decide if you... I'm going to go the liquid adhesive route. I'm not confident enough, people. I'm not confident enough to do this. So I just tell myself you're double reinforcing. So this just gives you, and they say you can use Prit as well. So this just gives you a bit of wiggle room. And of course, you could emboss this piece to make it look pretty. Right. And now here's my little strip. Now if I put my strip on here, it's not so bad. And then I can possibly add another strip there and another strip there, something that contrasts or whatever. I might change my mind, but who knows when I'm done with my cover. So I'm thinking of cutting up this for my cover. Who knows, I might not use it, but that is in my head at the moment. And maybe cutting out the panes, I don't know. I'm still deciding. But I will give you an update as soon as I've decided what I plan to do. So I think, do we want to do just another quick run through of this so you can see the whole thing before we finish up? Just get all my papers out of the way. Clear the disaster zone. So we've got our cover, which must still be finished, because my offcuts are going to go under here like so. And it doesn't matter which offcuts they are, because all we need is just something so that we don't see naked card. So stuff like that, because it goes with that, and I'll do that. So that's our opening page. We've got our pockets here, so there's a stacked pocket. We've got this where we cut into. We're going to put some nice things in there. This is our page that opens up and opens up. So this is a full 12 by 12 sheet, and that strip goes down there. Right. Then we've got our little belly band that will sit in here, and it will have a one of those photo mat options in there. We've got this page that opens up like that, and we've got a pocket here. Like I said, I may change my mind about this. See, I like that word happiness there. Who knows? I'll decide when I put the glue on. So this closes like so. And then of course I'm going to put a strip there, and this is going to close with a magnet. I did show you in yesterday's class how I do the magnets. And then this is our next page. So we open up like that. We've got 2 flaps here. So we're going to put strip, photo in the middle, photo coming down, a photograph there. And then on this side, we've got this flap with a photo, that. And over here, we've got that. And we've got our little belly band, which looks a mess at the moment, but it will be nice when we stick everything together. And then we've got this page, which is a plain page. I'm probably going to distress that. And over here, we have a side pocket. So if you've never done a side pocket and you need to know how to create the pattern paper for the side pocket exactly, it is in yesterday's video. And then over here, this is a plain page. And over here, we've got a side pocket with a photo mat that goes in there. I may change the photo mat around, it depends. But I will give you an update on the group as soon as I've done it. And then of course we got our spine there and our back cover. So that is our little mini album complete. And you can actually add way more flaps and pockets. I just didn't want to extend the time too much. But once you get into this whole thing, let me just take my phone off charge and flip this so we can chat. Flip. So once you get to baie dankie Ronel. Once you get used to the process of creating all those flaps and pockets, it will then become so much easier. As you make your albums, you will get new ideas, And that's what happened to me. I watched a few videos, and I have to reiterate that a lot of the stuff that I've learned comes from Kathy King. Her page is called Paper Phenomenon, and I think she still has a 50% off sale now. She's got the most amazing projects. I love her work. I've been following her for many years, and so a lot of the techniques that I have learned, I've learned from Kathy. And I'm sharing it with you. So she's got free videos on her YouTube channel as well. So take a look at it. I'll post the link in the comments if I get a chance later today. But that's it, ladies. I look forward to seeing your contribution to class number 5 for the 2024 National Scrapbook Day. Remember, we are giving away a Stamperia hamper. I haven't confirmed the value of it yet. I need to discuss it with my partners. But I promise, if you've ever attended any of our events, you will know that we are good for it. Our word is good for it. And then also, if you are in Cape Town on the 10th of August, we are having our Stamperia, our very first Stamperia Women's Day. The cost is 750 Rand. We'll be doing a different type of mini album. I'm hosting that class, and I'm using the Wonderland collection, which was a re-release from Stamperia. And then Karen is doing some cards. So for the full day, including teas, coffees, your lunch, and your kit, the cost is 750 Rand. It's going to be at Weinberg Girls School. But if you would like the link to book, let me know. I'm looking at myself there and I'm looking at myself here. It's too much. Yeah, let me know if you would like to book. I'm closing the bookings on the 10th of July, which is around the corner. What's the date today? I think it is the 7th, if I'm not mistaken. So we need to have enough time to order in the product from Hungary. So that is why we need to close the bookings early. Other than that, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time. I hope you guys enjoyed this interlude and you have learned something because I hope I didn't waste your time. And that is it from me, guys. I hope I remember how to log out of this thing like yesterday. I struggled. So I have no help. I'm an old lady. I'm going to my 60s. So technology and I'm just grateful that I managed to get on yesterday and today and I managed to log off. So that is it from me. Until next time, see you in cyberspace. Bye now. Click. Ooh, cancel. How do we log out now again? Same problem, Shamela, don't you learn? Oh, Lord. I forgot. Wisali isn't here to help me.